Hello you guys, it is Lanice and I'm here with another nursing video. And if you guys are interested in nursing, mental health, or lifestyle videos, I just suggest that you subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the bell notification so you can get notified when I post new videos. First things first, I want to tell you guys about my new series that I am doing called Therapist Talks. I am trying to follow my journey with my therapist and my road to mental freedom, I guess you can say. I'm trying to find a way to kind of just record a video diary and share with you guys the tips and tricks and pointers that I am learning as I work through my therapist consistently, because it's all about consistency in everything you do. And I'm also making skits to kind of make it humorous and funny, because no one wants to talk about depression and be depressed after they talk about it. Like, we all want to be happy, so you know, I want to make it humorous. And you can find those videos on my YouTube page, or if you're on Instagram, you can follow me at naturally_niece. I will try to remember to put it in this video like a caption or something so you guys can get that. But again, just in case you missed it, it is at naturally_niece. Okay, you got that. So anyways, today is going to be my weekly nursing video, and the topic for today is going to be how to deal with catty nurses. Because as we all know, sorry y'all, I talk with my hands a lot, but as we all know, a lot of people know the saying that the nurses eat their young. And if you see my nails, excuse me, I just can't get these pinky nails off. I'm realizing that my nails are all in the camera and they don't look too good, but oh well. But a lot of us know the saying that nurses eat their young, and I personally haven't really experienced it that much. A lot of the seasoned nurses that I work with have been kind to me. They've been helpful to me. I've learned a lot from them throughout my career as a nurse. However, there are a few people that are just naturally catty, like in life in general. Like, they're just naturally rude, you know, mean girls, to be honest with you. And I just wanted to do a video on how I personally deal with catty nurses. If you see me looking at my phone, it's because I make notes of everything, because these ideas come to me while I'm in random places, like at work or just driving in the car. So I keep a lot of notes. So my first tip for dealing with a catty nurse would be simple, like be kind, like kill them with kindness, because it is really hard to be mean or not kind, unkind to someone who is just putting the syrup on it, like putting the cherry on top, like being super sweet to you. So that's the first thing I go to whenever I run into a catty nurse. The second thing that I would tell you guys is to always be on your A game, because people who are naturally catty and rude people, they like to try to find mistakes that you make. So one trait that the catty nurses have is that they always want to come off as the know-it-all best nurse, and they enjoy catching your mistakes. It's like everybody makes mistakes, everybody does, and it's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's frowned upon, but it's important to make few mistakes as a nurse, you know, because people's lives are in your hand. So you don't want to make many mistakes, but it is understood that nurses make mistakes too, because we're human. But people who are naturally catty and just naturally mean girls, I mean, that's the only term I can use, that those people enjoy, like they get joy out of finding your mistakes and pointing it out to you. Just I don't know what people get out of it. That's not me personally. I consider myself to be as helpful as I can possibly be to my coworkers. Not perfect at all. I definitely come in there and I can be a bitch some days. I can be in a I can have a bad attitude. I can want to just be sitting in the break room with my AirPods on, not wanting to talk to anybody. I can definitely be that person, but I put effort into not being that person. Whereas there are some people who just really enjoy being mean to people. So we'll just leave it at that. So be kind, I mean, kill them with kindness, and be on your A game. My next tip, my tip number 3, is to be joyful. Like, not outside of being kind to that one specific catty nurse that you just really just grind your gears every time you work for them. You're never gonna ask them for help. You cringe having to ask this person for help. Outside of being kind to that person, like literally just be joyful while you're at work. Be grateful that you have a job. Be grateful that you're taking care of the people that are in the bed and you're not one of those people in the bed. Like, just be genuinely happy. I think people that are not happy just have a genuine disdain for people who are happy. But dealing with catty, rude, mean people and you being happy, it makes things a lot easier whenever you're at work practicing gratefulness. When you are like literally joyful and great or feel glad to be a nurse, it sets them off. It sets them off, but you're genuinely not setting them off by doing anything wrong. Now again, you know, to play devil's advocate, I understand we are not always going to be at work happy. I understand that there are some days where you might have 6 patients and they all are very needy. I hate to use that word because we don't know, you know, how it feels. I don't know what it feels like to, you know, have a stay in the hospital outside of having my daughter. However, you know, some days our jobs are hard. Our jobs are hard regardless. However, some days are harder than others, and some days you're going to be in a better mood. Sometimes it might be your 4th 12-hour shift in a row. You might just genuinely be tired and really shouldn't be at work, you know. But so I understand that. My point is, I understand that we're not always gonna be joyful, but if you want to kill that catty nurse, be genuinely happy, be at work joyful. Yeah, so anyways, my next tip would be to be yourself. Like, if you are genuinely, I keep using that word, but if you are goofy, if you feel you're funny, if you feel you're witty, if you feel you're quiet, if you feel like you take a long time to warm up to people before you really show who you are, whoever you are, just be yourself. Don't feel the need to be like that catty nurse, first of all, or be anything that you're not, because for one, that catty nurse is just gonna have something else to talk about. But second of all, if you're being yourself, the people that just don't like you, like, they're just not supposed to like you. Everybody's not gonna like you. You're not gonna get along with everybody. Y'all were just meant to clash. And another tip that I would give you is, do not say anything that you do not want repeated, especially in front of the catty nurse. Now, I know that we all have that one buddy at work that we feel comfortable and, you know, sharing stuff with. We trust them with it. We'll have our own little inside jokes. I get it. We all have that 1 or 2 people that we work with. But don't go around talking about other nurses. Don't complain about what other nurses do and don't do, and how they don't do this, and how you always have to come behind them. Don't have those conversations with or in front of the catty nurse, because catty nurses love to stir the pot. They love to stir the pot, okay? And before you know it, you will be having rumors spread. You will be having beef with people. You will hear other people gossiping. All of that stuff will happen. So just don't gossip. Don't try to be, even if somebody makes a mistake or if somebody's annoying you that day, just try to ignore it, I guess I can say. Don't participate in it. Don't voice certain things, because the catty nurse loves gossip. Like, some people just get, it's like a high that they get from gossiping and hearing negative things. So don't be that person to share negative gossip about people. Like, literally, just, I say literally and genuinely a lot, but just be like real. Like, be real. Anything you say, be able to repeat it. 9 times out of 10, if I say something and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that, I will go and be like, I said this. Like, I will tell you what I said, just because I'd rather you hear it from me than you hear it from somebody else. Because it first of all, it doesn't feel good to know that somebody's talking about you. It doesn't feel good for me to talk about other people, and catty nurses love to keep stuff going. So just be real. And my last tip, this is the last thing, you know, I'm going to say, but sometimes you just got to put that girl in her place, or man, whoever it is, because we got some catty male nurses too. But whoever it is, sometimes, you know, if all those tips don't work, if you've killed her with kindness, if you've been on your A game, if you come to work and you're joyful and you're singing hymns to Jesus, you know, if whatever you have done, sorry y'all, my nose itches, but if you try all those things, then put her in her place. Because there are just some people who don't get the hint unless you're mean to them. Like some people, and I was somebody like this too, like you just have to be mean to them. Like some people just want to test you to push your buttons to see how far they can go, to see like who you are and what you're made of. And those people just, they want to be put in their place. They need to be put in their place because that's the only way they're gonna stop trying you. So if all else fails, put that trick in her place. And I mean in a polite way, in a polite way. And I guess if I had to give you a bonus tip, it would be to know your chain of command, because once you've pulled her to the side and put her in her place and you've tried everything, you might have to go to your nurse manager. And so know your chain of command, know how, you know, just kind of figure out how you're going to handle this girl before you handle her, okay? Okay. Because nurses may eat their young, but it won't be no eating over here. Not for free, okay? Just had to let y'all know. All right, so yeah, so I honestly, those are the tips that I could really come up with. You know, I had a friend who was, let me tell you about my friend's situation, just to let y'all know there are people like this out there in the career of nursing. The people that are supposed to be caring, compassionate, kind people, there are some people who just aren't any of those things. Because I had a friend who was also in this nursing residency with me. Their rotation was on another floor, their last rotation. And this particular, in the nursing residency, we have to sit down every week with our preceptor, and we have paperwork to do where we're graded on certain areas of nursing, and we also have to go through our checklist and kind of go through the things that we did that were on the checklist throughout the week. So my friend, he had a nursing preceptor who was just rude to him. She would catch him making mistakes. She would watch him make mistakes just to point him out at the end of the night, or just to point him out after he did it. And I'm like, well, she's your preceptor. She's supposed to stop you from making those mistakes because you don't know what you're doing. You're new to this. But she would do stuff like that, and she would not sit down with him every week and go through their sheets, their grading sheets. She would do them and not give them back to him. She would give them to the nurse manager. But in the end, we found out we're not supposed to be turning that paperwork in on that unit. We're supposed to turn them in to our supervisor, the residency supervisor. And so when he finally had to get them back, she had graded them. We get graded on a scale of 1 to 4. She literally gave him all 2s for the duration of his time on that floor. Our first rotation was 14 weeks long. So he consistently got 2. She never, not one time, sat him down and explained to him what he needed to work on, any of that. She was just rude. She was a terrible preceptor. And in the end, when he had to put her in her place, because not only was she doing the stuff behind his back, she was being rude to his face too. So when he finally sat down and put her in her place, she had the nerve to say that her and her little buddy clicked up friend that was on the unit decided that they were going to mistreat him just because they didn't want him to choose that floor after his rotations were up, because they didn't want for him to come in and take from their hours and their overtime. Just to prove to you that there really are catty, miserable, non-joyous nurses out there, okay? So again, go through my tips, honey. If you got a catty nurse on your unit, on your floor, go through my tips. Go through them, okay? They're really good. This is how I do it, and it's been working for me the last 6 years, okay? So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. It's shorter than most of them. Again, I want to remind you that I have started a series called Therapist Talks, and I would really appreciate it if you guys gave it a try. Like, I genuinely put a lot of effort into it, and I think I'm a genuinely funny person. So I've used the word genuinely 25 times. I should probably keep count as I'm editing. But anyways, again, my name is Lanice. On my page, you can find nursing videos, mental health videos, and lifestyle videos, because I'm living the life. No, I'm just kidding. I'm living my dream life every day. Anyways, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you would be kind enough to go to Instagram and follow me at Naturally Niece. And I think I've talked about myself way too much, so I'm gonna be out. Peace.